What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the RWL. We are currently sitting at 1-0 with a +6 differential. Currently sitting at the #1 spot in RWL. I highly doubt that will last very long, but I am going to try my best to keep us up there. Now, this week we are taking on ZDH, and you're asking me, Jordan, you just got a 6-0 with Zero Aura. Where's Zero Aura? I thought that after him seeing that battle, he might overly prep for that Pokemon. And seeing what he brought, maybe? Possibly? Because with Sand, he definitely could like outspeed us with Excadrill and do some immense damage. And I did not want to basically under prep for Excadrill, as it's extremely scary. So I did put a lot of preparation into trying to take on this Excadrill, Hippowdon, and Stoutland specifically. The other three I can deal with manually. The other three I have to focus on extensively. Now, some very interesting things that did not come. So Jellicent, being one of the best counters to Keldeo in the whole metagame, is not there, as you can see. I did have a little bit of tech for it. Not going to say too much, but it did not come. Infernape did not come, which that's understandable. And I never really saw Sceptile or Regigigas coming. So the rest were, or really Heracross. So the rest were kind of somewhat easy to predict. But no, Jellicent was very interesting. Like Dragalge over Jellicent was very interesting. Because if you look at his team, between Icicle Crash and Earthquake, Mamoswine literally could kill every single Pokemon here. Every single Pokemon here. If I was able to, I mean, as you can see, I didn't bring any Speed Pass. Or I guess, let's see. Hold up. Does Hawlucha get something here? Okay, well, I could have brought Speed Pass. I did not bring Speed Pass. Let me just put that out there. So potentially, a Life Orb Speed Pass Mamo could have literally just went through this entire team. So I noticed that right off at Team Preview, and I knew that that was definitely going to be turn one. My priority was just to fire off Icicle Crashes as soon as possible. So we actually have an Assault Vested Mamoswine with a good chunk of bulk added into it, specifically because it was there to take hits from Mega Gardevoir, or at least one hit, I believe, and possibly live a hit and take out Jellicent, if need be. We have a standard Mega Pidgeot, I believe. I don't think I had anything funky. Let's see. Oh yeah, we actually had Sunny Day Mega Pidgeot for shutting down the Sand from Hippowdon, and if he switched in his Excadrill, like let's say Hippowdon was there and he hard switched into Excadrill to take a hit, as we Sunny Dayed, I do believe Heat Wave did an extreme amount of damage to it. Let's see. Sun, yeah, Sun, Heat Wave KO'd Excadrill in the Sun at that range. So that was some tech that I have for this battle. We have your standard Scarf Ditto. We have a very interesting Keldeo that I will let the set play out in battle. We have I do believe it was like a standard Hawlucha too. Let's see. A somewhat standard Hawlucha, basically there just to get my Unburden and outspeed the Excadrill and Sand. Let's see what else. What do we have? Oh, and then Fortress was a very bulky hazard stacking Fortress to eat hits from Excadrill and get up my hazards in its face. Kind of also set up bait, or hazard stacking bait on his Hippowdon as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this battle. I do lead off with Mamoswine, as Icicle Crash is extremely free. Extremely free. As he goes ahead and he sends in his Zapdos, I was like, okay, sick. I'm about to get off a very strong Icicle Crash onto the Zapdos. It never can KO with my set, but between Icicle Crash and Ice Shard, it will take it out. Now, it turns out I am faster, which means he is absolutely zero speed Zapdos. which I do believe I sped crept a 0-speed Zapdos for max bulk on Zapdos, which he is Yachi Berry, which was crazy too, as he just goes ahead and he clicks HP Fire, maybe assuming that I would go into Fortress. Not HP Fire, because that would have been super effective. I don't know what HP that was, to be honest. Let's look at the team. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what HP that was, because HP Fire would have been super effective. So I don't have the first clue of what HP that is. So he goes and he sacks off his Dragalge, and he says that was a huge misplay. He kind of forgot Dragalge was Dragon type, as he really had to pick a sack at that point. I mean, Excadrill would have taken one, I believe, and we would have been able to swap out. Now he traces my Thick Fat, and seeing as I can't find it on the rules if it has to Mega or not, and I did not want to take the chance. I was going to click Earthquake, as Earthquake is a almost guaranteed kill, especially with Ice Shard, and I want to kind of scout this thing set out and to see what it would go for. And he has Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and a Hidden Power. Again, I have no idea what the Hidden Power is, as he actually clicks it again here on my Mamoswine, even though he had Focus Blast. So maybe this one was HP Fire for Fortress. I still don't know. Now I want to save my Ditto for Excadrill sweeping purposes in the future. So I am going to just sack off my Mega Pidgeot, as looking at the matchup, it does literally 0 to most of his team, basically. I mean, yes, I can get some valuable chip off, but I'm basically going to die to everything else left. So I goes right back into Mamoswine. He has a 37.5% chance, if he is timid, of taking us out with his Focus Blast. So a decent roll in our favor. And he gets about a mid-roll, thank God. If he did not get that mid-roll, we were probably losing the game to this Mega Gardevoir, as I did not bring enough prep for Mega Gardevoir, but thank God we get the roll. And thank God I invested so much into my Spadef, or we would have lost the game for sure right there. Now he sends in his Hippowdon, which was very interesting for me. I was just going to Icicle Crash and hope that I flinched him, because if I flinched him I would 2-hit KO this thing. It actually works out better in our favor that we do not Icicle Crash flinch him, as we do a huge chunk of damage, and he just fires off the Fire Fang to go ahead and take us out, which is really good prep for like things like our Fortress that we really would have just set up all over on his Hippowdon. Now I go into this OGALBINA, the Keldeo, the kill leader in Season 1 of NCP and the MVP, and I set up a Rain Dance, as I felt like there'd be a lot of switching he'd have to do to get his sand back up. So I'm just going to... Oh, and he hits the Thunderfang. I was like, what? What a lad to bring Thunderfang. Like, he must have prepped enough bulk to live. So I go ahead and I fire off a Scald just to take this thing out, which was crazy that he sacked this, as the rest of his team is surrounded by Sand Sweepers, like Stoutland, Excadrill, things like that. And so him not having sand now is crazy. And he said that was another misplay on his part. I guess he thought I'd switch out or something, because I saw Thunderfang, but I was never switching out there. I was always firing off a Rain Boosted Scald. And I get to do it here again as well, as it does a really good chunk, about 50%. And he gets another low roll. Let's see, 316. I forget what the roll was on this one, but he did say it was a low roll, but I don't know. We were sitting at 316. As he just wants to switch out and doesn't want to take that chance on the kill here. Play rough. As I do get amazing damage off on this Zapdos. So we were sitting at 81%. Oh, he's not choice banded. Oh no, he might have been choice banded. He might... he could have been choice banded timid. That might have been what it was. He did not tell me his sets, so I do not know. As we are able to 2-hit KO this Zapdos, which if he had just saved this thing and sacked off maybe Stoutland, he would have been able to take me out and saved a little bit of differential there for the end game. As that play rough didn't have, if he was timid, he had 0, even choice banded, he had 0 chance of taking us out at that point. As we do go ahead and fire off a Sacred Sword. He was trying to stall the rain out, but Sacred Sword still KOs this thing either way. I believe it wasn't even a roll. I think he was at like 40-ish%, 45-ish, and it did like 52 minimum, which is absolutely wild. We have 0 special attack on this Keldeo, and it's doing this much work. This Keldeo is max HP Keldeo. As we fire off a Scald here, and we do end up picking up the burn, which he actually gets a pretty high roll here, which is funny that he gets the high roll now. To go ahead and take us out, depending on his set. Again, I have no idea what his set is. It looked like it could have been Choice Banded. Once I go ahead and I switch back into Ditto here. Oh, no, he's Life Orb. Never mind. I did not catch that in the battle. Bad YouTuber here. As it did not matter, as he only had 2 Life Orb hits left remaining regardless, and I could just come in and revenge kill this either way. The only thing the Skull Burn would have mattered on is if I lived that hit, and I would have got 1 extra differential. That's the only way the burn would have mattered. But we do go ahead and revenge kill this thing, and go ahead and pick up our 2nd win of the season. So we already are at our goal. I wanted at least 2 wins off this first team, and we are sitting at 2-0. 2-0, positive 9 differential. This is a great start to the season. If we mess this up, I will forever hate myself. If we mess this up, I should quit Mons. Like, for real. Interestingly enough, to me, I would say 0 hacks happened in this battle. Yes, he did get 2 low roll. Well, 1 mid roll and 1... I don't know what the roll was on the stat one. I'm not going to lie. Because it says Choice Band, Play Rough, absolutely 0 times kills us. Because he did exactly 314 damage to us. Let's see. What if he was like adamant? It doesn't matter. We are moving into week 3. #1 team in this league. And I cannot wait for that week 3. If you guys like the team... Oh, the music stopped. Ah, jeez. I wonder how long ago that happened. Dang, that sucks. Anyway. If you guys have enjoyed this so far and enjoying our run in the RWL right now, please drop a like down below. And if you want to be named after one of my Pokemon named after you, hit me up in the comments, as I'll definitely do that for the next battle. As you guys saw, we did have Keldeo as OGALBINA this week, as he's the reason I actually drafted Keldeo. I saw how he used it, and I really liked it, and I even saw how I think he beat me with it. Or was that... No, he didn't beat me with it. I don't think I played him. Anyways, he's the reason I drafted it, and I really enjoy using it so far. I will see you guys in week 3. Peace out.